Guthrie, and I'm at 105 Avenue North, Seattle, Washington, 98133. Just had dinner, that's what you're looking at. I am constantly harassed and threatened and being harmed by members. Washington State seem to be a bunch of gang members, Satanists, you name it, and including Satanists rather. And I 329 of Nazis that has been threatening me. He was threatening, and then he stated, "You're going to," and they were pulling all sorts of threats and plots. And I've made some posts. Dangerous people. They plots include massive breeding programs and captivity. Plots are against whites and others, especially Europe and the UK and Ireland, particularly Britain and Ireland. It's mostly a Bloods plot and a Zeta plot. There are Hispanic Nazis that are in on this, and the Bloods include many different colors, of course, but it is seeming to be an American plot against different countries. I have heard other countries mentioned, though, such as I've heard Greece mentioned. European countries seem to be the target of black Nazis and other morons within America. Now, let me turn off the oven. It's making sort of a noise. So I would state that I am self were the police department, the Seattle. One of my motions to heck has been involved, and this involves Officer Bobby, and it involves he's of the West Precinct, and it also involves people such as a male from Tri-Court. 13 years ago, when I was in an apartment building, and I complained of activity, and so this policeman put out a long 13-year hit on me. It's actually dark in here right now, where people water and poison my food. The gang is angry. It sounds pretty crazy, doesn't it? They'll literally put out a hit on you, and you might even have thousands of these. There's a whore chanting "Sacrifice Lisa," and she's probably put curses, more curses. So these bums are Satanists, by the way. Excuse me, I have to mutter a curse against them. So pretty much everybody's a decayed zombie anyway in the U.S. And that's what these bums have done. There was a fall with Satan 13 years ago. Their brains were dead for 12, 13 minutes. They're all Satan worshipers. They're all in on bloodletting, cannibalism, etc. These are not normal people, and the black Nazis definitely have an agenda. There are really no whites in America left because the black Nazis and the crack whores and the heads used maybe limitations. There's about 20 different personality types, and so there is no one left in America anyway. And ripping me to pieces, including taking chakra in brain. They are what they are. They're decayed zombies. If you stopped the sort of reanimation process, they would actually fall down in a heap of maggots and rot, which is what you want. And there are actually people positioned like the black Nazi bum. Hi, this is Guthrie at 10507 about black that are at this apartment building. It doesn't retarded gang members that are low income. There's probably still a policeman, crack officer boss too, and the high court the guy from Tri-Court 13 years ago does. She's a hooker. And now the room is dark, but along this, hear people chanting, hear people, at times they're not, behind a supposedly empty janitor's room. And there's nobody in the room but me and some spirits. That's it, if you believe in spirits. And the that fell with Satan thought they'd put anyone decent and normal in hell. And also, basically, black Nazis, that went well with their ideology. Anyone not, they don't like that. So, unless they manipulate you, they don't want to even live. And basically decided who would live the last 40 years even though they're garbage. Particularly 30 years, because the government let them, the government glorified them. You couldn't say a damn thing. It's like a dirty word if you say a black whore. That's who they've given everything to, plus the black Nazi. Of having black and Hispanic Nazis in their group because they can pretend or portray that you are a Nazi if you complain about people. So while they're committing the crime and before and after, they can claim you're a racist and cover up the crime. One of the high voices I'm hearing, he's a high-voiced maggot. He is a black Nazi security guard from the place market. By the way, the other policemen that come here, they have sex with each other, and security guards, and they have sex with the residents here. And they'll also smoke crack, drink. They're in on drugs, but let me. So remember, the department, they're gang members, but they're also Satanists. They're in with black Nazis and Hispanic Nazis, and also they're in on running, stockpiling weaponry. And they're in on chemical poison, also diseases. And they're in on Satanism. They're in on pricing animals. They're in on full on identity theft. They're on, and they've actually done a lot of these crimes, and making people sick that don't behave according to what they like. So I'm scratched with glass because I wouldn't be a prostitute. My hair bleached, and I've been burned because I wouldn't molest children and pick up children for the gang members here, the policemen that come to the police department. Morons. I also wouldn't inject people, and when I pick up kidnapped children, and they wanted me to inject people to get their bags and purses and knock them out. These people are in on druggings. They're in on government plans where you get like 2 bags and then 10,000 bums that are pants-wetting morons, that these bums help once they've committed a crime or commits a crime, so they'll clothes, better food they commit, the better food and clothes they get, more goodies. So there are whites involved. The reason why others would be involved with black Nazis and Hispanic Nazis is because then there's a money trail, a drug trail, a trail of perks that you can't even trace sometimes, such as going to the movie plays. Somebody gives somebody steaks, 50 times a month. The person gets healthier, gets more protein. It's not committing the crime that's in their income bracket. And I just the whores. If you enhance like this through a program to enhance sound, you could separate water Sarah and my voice, and you would hear the morons in the background. I've listened to a couple of the broadcasts. I don't listen to them. I don't really have time. One of the horses talked about eat some crackers. My Father who art in heaven, be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as we forgive our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us, not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For that is the kingdom and the glory forever. Amen. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done as earth as in heaven. Our trespasses, we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. The kingdom, power, and the glory forever. Amen. Trespass against us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For that is kingdom, power, and the glory. Bob is talking about black or black magic. The black themselves repulsive by chanting black men and black men do this, black men do this. You're going to bend over for black people. You're going to let black people do this to you. They made themselves utterly repulsive. And apparently wants them, and they have to force themselves on women. And I don't find black men attractive. I don't have to. And I don't find anyone attractive, actually, in America. But even if I woke up tomorrow and I woke attracted to black men, I don't have to be. And a misconception by the retarded to a black, that's a bunch of the word ethnocentric, well, that's nobody's business. What you are attracted to. People are, and Americans are attracted to inferior. And they just, a lot of inferior people breeding and trying to repulsive DNA, including black, whites, and others. DNA that should have been just or morons. I'm surrounded by morons. Satan loved morons. He knew moron or an evil moron, it would be very dangerous. There's a bum talking about sandwiches, yap, yap. The retarded black Nazis and the excrement. They've been making a series of, including slavery, rape, breeding, falsifying identification. A retarded person told me that I was going to be giving up my identity. He told me that before. And they have retarded white people. They're not here legally, and was trying to tell me I was admonished. He's a liar. One of the men, I called him because I just heard him say boyfriend. There is no relationship. Dresser in front of the door. And I don't want any black people for a boyfriend ever. And I don't have to. It's my right. And I think right now it's important that I state that. Why? Because it's not racism. I don't have to have a black boyfriend. I don't have to like the very destroyers of the earth. Be yapping. Insisting on human slavery and forced prostitution. Others, they're retarded. Now, these bums have, one of the bums is saying, terrifying you. Whoever you call on, I'm going to call the real. So if you're pretending somebody's the sheriff, ugly fucker, it's a chance that you're going to commit suicide along with them. And broadcast the whole thing to everybody about the gross black Nazis and the retards of the Seattle Police Department, pants-wetting, smelly friends of theirs are government when they're not. You're not. The security guards are from the Pike Place Market, and they happen to be gay lovers with Officer Bobby of the West Precinct. and from what I've heard, they've had sex with the other policemen, and just like mistresses who think they're in power, these people feel very full of themselves. They are little bitches, by the way. I want to emphasize like little lap dogs portraying themselves as police. And the police encouraged this of false police. So people are trying to have their own little armies of morons. So, it's hoarse, chanting. It's going to get out the door because of all the bum on me. The ATF. I have another phone, luckily. So what I'll do then is have... Oh, Obama's talking about his friend. He's in the janitor's room. I'm going to be able to record happening and broadcast it to the world if they don't arrest the crap lurking in the walls, lurking in the hallways. The world, whoever will get. So was trying to insist that I would leave, and I happened actually to have a rent statement in my hand. See, the rule, a little language so they could understand us. Oh, this is dark. My rent. This is the date for it. The Blackies and other gang members, including Bloods and will falsify records, including by mixing and merging. It's easily, including one has scanned in a letter or document into the computer. And believe me, including with their own friends' records, arrest and warrant records, and then mixed it and merged it with my records and posted it online. So they've acted like I was a literal chakra machine. These are dead bodies, basically. And the brains were dead for 12 minutes. And these people, and they dragged as many people as they could. When I mean dragged, it didn't mean they fooled me, it means they pulled. They broke in to heaven and in whatever way they were. So these are bumps. The whole U.S., you could basically cordon them off. They're all retarded, psychotic bombs. There's no normal. You're going to find the horse and bum. One just shook like a chain rattling. It wasn't me. Across. Reflection. Oh, you're crazy because they're in on it. But you get a good image of these bastards. 911, even if it's too late. They're already on the net. Fucking bitch. How many 911? You and your relatives. They're cursing too. Guthrie, all still. He's a bum. He comes here on Wednesday. Psychotic freak, devil worshiper, bitch, bitch. And you're gonna find that I don't have any respect or patience with Czar. The U.S. I would be talking to them with the butt of a gun or an electric rod. Or maybe just a grid. But I wouldn't talk to them. I'd say fuck off and electrocute them. They started talking. A gun. There's nothing they have to say that they spend the entire time usually trying to activate curses And they've used a channel of intent that Satan gave them. But I wouldn't spend any time communicating. And they're not serving. There's 8 areas of the brain that need to be operated on in order to shut the zombieism and to stop ESP. They're involved in cannibalism and bloodletting. They like blood and eat plasma and spinal fluid. What I would say is, don't feed them, don't give them water, shut down entire towns, lock them up, let them each strip out the water, stop the water, and you just take every tables away. That's what I do if the government. Leave it and just let them go. Or you could even with what you just, and it's just stuck there, nothing coming in whatsoever, nothing going in, no communication. You shut down each town. That's what I would do if I shut the hell up, you ugly fucking bitch. One of the retardos is saying, you're gonna leave. You sound like this thick voice shit ass. Shut up, you thick voice retard. Great voice grates on me. Putrid. So remember, you saw how they like to probably. So they like to pretend they could tell you to leave. And here's the rent statement. Rent statement. See, black Nazis don't care about the actual paperwork and have their own version. So do the other retards. What I say with the whites in the US zombie movies, if it's a zombie, it's a zombie. It happened. Sorry to talk with my mouth full. And the bum retard reject often has his retarded son here. The retard, as they ejaculate or they dump down poisons. They've used 12 or more. I'd say more, but there's 12 popular ones. 12 right off the bat, and I know I've been poisoned with oven cleaner. It smells like radiator fluid. So popular ones, material. They've obtained. There's a naval shipyard, and there are submarines. There's medical, and prostitutes called something about cis. He was sort of muttering. Cis. Remember the big scandal with Iran getting alleged medical equipment and radio? Well, also the bums will poison or and and the retard order. I have to excuse myself. I'll be right back. There's nobody. If you've they'll in an amp next to yours, or they'll induce that involves coming through the floor, the ceiling. It's not a problem. They can actually lift open like a sliding glass door. I've seen an ogre's blood named Wilkes from 5100 Avenue Northeast, 40th Avenue Northeast, yes, in their sliding glass patio, and it was when I rented a car. She's definitely blood, and she refused help by falsifying records, and also you need to pay rent with a newspaper with the date. And if you turn your in and they've gone through HUD, I think the HUD guy, and I think he would have helped me if I'd been black, definite blood, maybe given him a code word. And I had to complain about the mold, and there was frost pretty thick on the inside of my window area, like swimming pools. They were so wet. And a lot of moisture, even when I ran the fans 4/7 in the bathroom, the fan. Life is forever. By the way, I believe if you believe in shooting to play, they don't have, and so there is a threat that they will break in. So I have motion detectors, which you hear going. A bum retard situation. How do you stop it? Because you could run it, and then when you're in your shower, you might urinate in it or dump in radiation. On the plane, I've been talking to the bums here. So what does that mean if a Seattle police, if someone in the plane, even if they're bums here that wet their pants bad? Well, what if they like retard, they are an ugly, smelly retard. So, like cops like to hang out with ugly, smelly retards and protect them. Those cops, they're ugly, smelly retards. They need to be caught. They need to be rounded up. I need help. I need one of the NATO countries needs to just lock up. One of the retardos just left. Well, then NATO needs to come in and lock. So there's nobody here but me. Remember, I'm here. I must have said that because they treated me as the criminal. The horses off their hands, and some went to where the door slammed. And the Seattle finds them irresistible. Shut the fuck up. A big or tramp. You'll find out the retards actually like obsess over and over and over. And so, let me teach you what I heard. It seems so long ago. It was yesterday, I think. We used mustard. That was the proprietor. That person, he had someone he wanted to exact gang code. At least kids are involved. So, cares because they're actually involved. So, one or the other, two, bitch used to be prettier. And the other one said, I have a dairy person. Something like that. A dairy person meant they had someone they wanted glass on or put glass on. And it's a smallish, 20 years ago, if you saw him, you would guess he was. Just looks like a white, short-haired, in a class. But see, looks are very distinct. Gang members love anybody who pass as respectable. They have this thing about skin. They cut you and ask how better to make, and then they'll follow you around, claim picture yourself. So I'm maimed. I don't obey. I wouldn't have obeyed you anyway. You're retard, and you're a moron. Including the doctor in the wall, his penis, and has sex with prostitutes. Strokes is the truth. Fraternization. The old adage, water seeks its own level. So they've hidden it. And there is no brain. They've just, there's a whole chanting about water and how toxic my water is. They put in much. What they're excuse them, and they're trying to Warcraft out of Soul and the Powerball and the shot. All and you're played police. There is. Can you tell me what kind of? Oh, and then having your dick sucked by a prostitute. Can you? And your friends, including retardos like jobs, postmen. You know what? Or post people. You know what they do also as postal people? They're in on fraud. Bum playing a guy. Now, they're zombies, but they're also like a retarded, disturbed parasite that keeps on going. So, there is a chance that what you don't see can that will take off the head of a zombie. Let's say it's in an accident. I think, well, I know the zombie mechanism is still there. And they've actually made the zombie mechanism go into DNA. And they ruin nature. And these bums will actually brag en masse. They're not what you think. It's sort of like a parasitic infection. It's like a plus, on top of these, and they worship demons, and they worship Satan. They're very destructive. Actually, curses on themselves to keep going. Zombie, they lose their head. They just took more head. They don't have their own ideas. They don't have their own creations. Steel via E, also a physical component. A horrid hooker chanting Looney Tunes. So, and then the Jaffe, that's who tells people with prostitute smokes crack. And they just took chest and they tried to make a person shut the hell up. And the thing that said Looney Tunes, she could barely because she's so retarded. One of the reasons they're attacking me is because I'm eating. A lot of psychic attacks come while I'm eating. And a bum just played income. It's Dr. Jaffe. So did you hear about a psychiatrist that also was in a gang? Have you heard of people hiding? They're actually a psychiatrist and they're smoking crack. And they're allegedly collecting income tax and they're in a wall. With the Seattle Police Department, a couple of them. They night long. They're all insane. I've been under illegal surveillance for 13 years, insane. Yet they'll tell you what your bank account. They'll tell you who you got a letter from. It's not all ESP. It's from illegal surveillance. They're into hacking. The gang members will literally get in. So like, let's say you joined a Skull and Bones club. They'd get in there. You know, they want people who look respectable in the gang. Or sort of educated. Warranty. So, see, the thing is, they're so evil, and they have the minds of retarded, evil children. And they're so... I get tired just from being here. By the way, the people you're volunteering for. I'm not a zombie. So they'll sprinkle you with glass and kidnapping, your murder, and your rape. It's the whole country. And one of the retardos is still chanting. Falsify records and relationships, including about you. You told me earlier that I was 19 years old. And see, they will do any lie that behooves the group. I assure you, I'm in my 50s. I was born in 19. Sort of makes the rule. I haven't seen 19 for, over. Now, which brings me to another belief. These bums also think they can control the psychic world. And the other maggots also think they're not only going to continue on the spirit world and supposedly owning it, but they just took chest and its heart. And see, what you cannot do is sew a purse out of a sow's ear. So they've just taken my heart, thinking it'll make them warriors, emphasize that you're all gross, decaying. It's going to emphasize your grossness, permanent grossness. Shut up, stinking shits, your excrement. And the gang members will try to enslave you, like I wouldn't people's children, kidnap them. So they decided they were going to, and bleach me. And they are zombies, but they're still laws. Zombie children. They're all coffin births, and they're all bad anyway. Who? The Americans. Just took more chest, and they're Hitler. The black Nazis actually admire, and they're very anti-Semitic. So you want to talk Hitler? We're our black people. And they've destroyed race and their world. They are ignorant morons making decrees. Blah, blah, blah. If you do a voice, but by the time they steal your brain, they will sound normal. Same with the crack whore. But feels like someone else's brain, she's going to sound more normal. Crack whore that got done doing, she sounds like she's red. There's some sort of reordering, and there's nobody to protect me and to protect my language. They entered this apartment, and the managers are in on it. And by the way, if anything, black Nazi that's working tonight and into the morning until it is Jenna's on duty, shooting plots. Ugly black woman with purple actually being scoping around in the. I think she playing demon, like you won't know. We're like retarded. He's even listed as retarded on. That me, okay. Retarded and decay. That one there's retarded. That. So they took back and made it to smithereens. Abhorrent to them. Just enhance the sound, and you'll hear that these bums will argue not to refute what I'm saying, but actually to just argue about why they serve a purpose. Gone. Crack baby must be gone, otherwise it will just leave you in a series of incidents, and that's actually, sorry that I failed hookers. Worst people in the world are once they sell a certain area, they're going to sell everything, including whatever and whomever they can get, whether it's some white soul and do not get their minds or their hands out of the air. So I keep talking about a secret to spread further poison. So whether it's black Nazi, white or like Dr. Jaffe or the department, get their minds out of their pain. Everything, just rape it. I mean, if it were a magical telephone pole and it wouldn't stand still for them, they'd probably say, it's got to have its pants down. Yeah, I'll rape it. Okay. It's a sheep and it's talking back. Well, pull your pants down. So, program. Well, let's do it elegantly. In your spirit, I see you. Then I'll eat it. For a little Satan pill and blow you up. Which one would be best? Both. Till it's nothing. Talking about psi and bring up zombie particles, acid. It's a bitter pill, believe me. See another. Blow up every demon and every fallen. Like you. I'm spitting. I'm not a cannibal. I mean, because they're wrapped in flesh. A sort of flesh. All the time. Maybe if you're out there, not a zombie. You are a zombie, and these people made you into a zombie, trying to help you at least by telling the world what they did. I get so tired. Remember me, I'm just so tortured, Lisa. Who do you believe in? I believe in God. Please forgive our trespasses. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us. They just took chess. They're playing more of them. Industry took more of them, and hit. So I get very tired of this constant yapping of threats, constant threat of we're coming in, we're going to grab down a jacket of fluid, we're pouring down poison water, and sprinkle, you're ugly, yeah, well, pretending you're going to be It's highly unlikely. I probably would rest for a couple weeks or sleep it. And then in the wall, she's not police, she's got stage. I don't have my phone. Apologize. I'm at 10507 Avenue, Washington, 913. Go to hell. What are they talking about? Not. Satanic principle. You're going to somehow do their bidding. So, if they chew on the victim, it's their slave they take. Well, because I don't believe in such crap. If they pour excrement on you and are going to rape you, you're a slave. It's based on retardation. So basically, I would like to bullshit in order to free the spirits as well. And why would I let morons consecrate? Questioner. Cosmic guardian has too retarded decisions of mankind. Well, they're friends with such people. They're Satanists, and they're Satanists. Obviously, they're insane. This broadcast on UFO, curse them. He's a retardo. And the retardos cannot make decisions. Now, Sandra Catowitz, she works at Elizabeth Gregory home. Yeah. And there is a rumor that among this sort of cult-like behavior, they'll, like, people will perpetrate crime, which there's nobody normal in the U.S., I believe, except me. April, the dog about Luke said, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Girl, but like her hair turquoise, and maybe some other colors. Anyway, and to terrorize me. And they're people that I know, and the gang members thought they were so sneaky, including to have like, a policeman involved, 2 policemen. And it's like you start to recognize these voices, and it's like, hey, what's that? So, and there's a fat girl named Daphne from the more satanic you are, and I'm going to say that acid grime, you'll get better food, you'll get even job offer. Because first off, years ago they portrayed, but also where the north and you know been offered that I was blown away 30 years. Why the world? I think I knew something happened. I got it. People like angry. I think people knew. Do religion. I believe Muslims. I believe that Christians do imagine that if we not get well, I believe I never called myself a Wiccan. Why? And it's incorporated in many religions, including Jewish, and just mixing and melding symbols. Where principles came from, including Judaic principles, perhaps from cult. I'm going off into tangents. The silver ray. Give a bit of research information, and they were recommended to me. And like I said, and I did give information, but then if you followed the internet, you could pretty much just get the net. So it wasn't like it was great research. It was just again for her. She copied it and then she cited it at least. But the person, I have a problem with her, and one of the things, what she's done to me, and they just attacked Ted, they've attacked all of you. Yep. You'll know that zombies, and there has been a game of activity, like, we're so more around Lisa Guthrie, and we're going to shield part of us, and shows. Well, and I was being attacked. I was going to go Raven. If you make note of her, she has promoted false. And that was the point I was coming to. And it was either, I think, one of them, at least, one of her books like that, it was written pre-Fall with Satan. I mean the second. They're playing husband in high school, not in high school. The return will play the name of someone, and they have too much information. A game like calling everything Kathy's or you little lid. We're going to pretend that we're going to call my little lid. You'll find retarded zombies use. Mexico. Hi, this is Lisa, and I'm at 10507 Aurora. It's right where I am because the brought Kathy this, Kathy that. Cox, that was involved in Ricardo's at Burt Gilman Place apartment, and she's a heroin junkie, a lifetime welfare whore. As children that are half white trash. I'm examining government or even an past known address to and involved with Rex as a person who's times in Washington D.C.'s government, the bathroom area behind the bathroom, which is what I've actually experienced. Only non-sir for 13 years. It's been like a long out snuff movie with more like Last Man in the World. I watched it and it struck such a chord with me. I have referred to it several times. There is foretold almost, and it is something that sort of speaks about zombies. Average zombie movie. It's a smart one. Some of the really retarded ones where they just eating people. That's not very intelligent. They actually like to. No, I didn't say that the zombies are retarded. A wall. There's a hole. These are people hiding, and they're for 13 years. Getting tired. Like a minute tired. Soul, if you believe in soul. Back below. Blew out soul again, and it's some retarded black retarded Like one's very, also very fantastic, and then the other one is a dealer. They'll because they're retarded, and the Seattle Police Department lets them. It's basically every retard thinks they're, whether it's a crack or just a own brain. On the ESP network. And they just took hand. So the reason why they killed me is because I'm normal, to a degree, and talented, and beautiful, and the zombies don't have brain, and they put a curse on me and put me and go to hell, you ugly fucker. I'm gonna leave, and you're not gonna tell me what to do, when to do it, and when I leave, you fag that sits behind the janitors with faggy pussy, fag, you ugly bitch, which is what they've done, and they pretend someone's crazy. Black maggot, I think, or which one? I think it's one of the security guards, or no? Well, anyway, so because he doesn't want anybody that he's bullying me like this, and it's like they don't want people to know any kind of respect. It's ridiculous. Retard. Just shut the fuck up, and you're not going to tell me to leave or what I'm going to do. You're a black Nazi, and that's actually some Nazi. You ugly shit ass. Why pussy? Not certainly not a pussy. They're also one of the pussies in the wall is a black Nazi reject retard who's a 6'1" drunken reject from the Recovery Cafe. He's a really can't stand him, usually because he's such a stalker. And they gave the ugly verse here now. And they would have given the ugly bitch it behind the wall. Recovery Cafe. And fuck you, retardo bitch. Just shut up. The whore just took you. There's a stinky whore in there. I think it's Stephanie the stinky hoe. Which scumbag knocked her. She usually has an infection so bad or smells like you. That's your last. Actually, in the wall. In a living room. So, if you don't believe me, so that's in distinctive period of our job now, but he had always nice, not a nice person, just an ugly black, noticeable, medium large frame, stalker, but he's neat, nice glass. With the other, situation. How's your mother, you ugly fuck? Come to the threshold, he doesn't want to. The other ones, a couple of them. And one doctor is still here that's in the police department. And it's the freak from Tri-Court 13 years ago. Started all this crap with me. The bitch is here. So speak up into the microphone. Jenna was in the freak anyway, and women couldn't before, during, and after the crime. Finished me. So, and what is the whore doing at that thing? At that point, she's pulling Lisa Guthrie by using her identity. April is here, and it's Katowitz's daughter. Sandra Katowitz's daughter is possibly here. Bang, she wouldn't leave. Sandra Katowitz's daughter is a dirty Satan, not junkie, whore, and she is actually working. It's where they probably feed homeless people. And the ugly fat thing has blue hair. Transfers on Aurora, by the way. Saw her the other night. Sandra Carey Home, 6 Northeast, 50th Street. So these things think they are unimpressive. She and her mommy live at the place. And the whore chanting ambulance. So they've got that are in on kidnapping. Face, just attached. Remember, they want a victim unrecognized and after death, and then they'll have a dirty doctor, which I found out. I hit the head. They actually had plans, or they offer my doctor, which is already, they're all Satanism and zombies. They're all zombies anyway. They thought they'd offer $15,000 or $10,000 to Europe. And one of the bums is playing, fuck off, you ugly. Then they'll try to get you. So this is a have that many people at opera. I don't know if it was her real husband. Has slow, very homely. What is her name again? Hannah, or it's a hideous little bird. Creepy coffin birth. She's retarded. You tell she's autistic. They missing DNA, filled in DNA. What do you think you're gonna get? Rotted. They were rotted, and the kids are parents. There's not a damn thing you can do about it. They're always rotted. You're just bringing back rot. Holy, and it doesn't make life, he makes death. A twisted. So that April, everyone, in the wall. Sandra. Now they move some sort of bit above the wire. Lives at 50 Ridge, I think it is, at the church. That's April, daughter of husband looks like a fat lump. They're sort of estranged. I don't know how they made it, really. Got the one lump. Well, ended up pregnant. That thing. And it was a lumpy zombie. And yes, your daughter looks and says, the more you try to steal chakra, whatever you do, make her. Just shut up, ugly bitch. Your looks, you don't have looks. So the fat, ugly bitch, by the way, she and her mother are laughing about it. I've been sprinkled glass. And the thing is, the fat, ugly lump is hideous. Her daughter's hideously ugly. Her mother looks like a man. So it didn't help your looks any at ass lump, you always look like a snowman's figure. You're ugly. You're gonna wait 1,000 and say, what's this thing? You're so good at you. You're ugly. You're not cute. You're not gonna live. You're not living. Curse is on you, fuckers. Every curse you ugly fucker, it's on your ugly fucking whore daughter, too. She's just a welfare DNA waiting. Welfare zombie. Woo! Probably gave whole training. Probably gave her the job. Isn't that ironic? So she got a job of preschool attendant because how, you know, they support on well, you should see her industry chakras. You don't have it. You're a fuck. You turn more green each time. And your daughter has no future. She's not a daughter. Not even a daughter. She's just grotesque. Like you. Her mother, Sandra Katowitz, she's about 5'10". This thing's maybe 5'8". Maybe a little shorter. Like a snowman. Medium complexion. She's got brown eyes. She's playing your sub. No, bitch. You make me up? You ugly fucking tart. You fucking whore. You die. Fuck you. And so the Ricardo is using the word tannic, which is for welfare that go back to work. And remember, we're not dealing with humans. You're dealing with zombies taking up carbon footprint. You're talking about zombies and acting like they're human. Retarded. A coffin. She's not. Elizabeth Gregory, home 4 Northeast 5th Street. So something happened. I think they made a rule. There was a well because something happened. Somebody did something there. They didn't have the little welfare bastard there. They couldn't have the little ugly little twat there. They're playing grandparent. Nobody would be a grandparent. You're ugly, desperate, drunk like your mother. Drunk fucking bitch. That's the ugly day officer ding ding. Fucker, what was that, butt fucker? Little fag, what was that? Politically correct. Fuck. Sandra Katowitz, April's mother. If you want to do gang spotting, you could. April works at Elizabeth Gregory home. She pays gang members when they do crimes, sprinkling people with glass that she are psychotically jealous of. Then her mother will pay them on where? Charity. Your ancestors, you ugly cunt. So that's, and I don't know if Katowitz, that would mean that she your Katowitz name. Since you're already identified, April, it wouldn't even pretty young. Kid's about 3 years old. Likes a lot. Recently got back from Ocean Shores. Was one of them. So I like to go to shores. You think you're the only one who can do science before? Oh, she's talking about India. Stupid fucking retard. Shut up. The thing, she's getting attention for a date with one of the ugly black Nazi things. She's not believe. Facebook. April. Find her Facebook page now. She's a mental patient. And away from her, the others, including as children, you know. When she's that would be funny if some other gangs were there to photograph. Wouldn't that be hilarious? When she gets arrested or committed, remember, you're going to do all the tricks they did. I'll teach you the tricks they did. Why? Because that's trouble. That's hilarious. And, you know, if you can get them in trouble, that's even better. Because then people believe you if you're not lying and you show up. Well, that's logical, but you know. Get that big fat ass. So you can find her on the city buses and a lot of downtown buses way apparently as well. So that area is and Lenora. What is that? A 70 that will go to Mother at the 70 bus stop in the district. That would be walking straight up. Well, oh no, you don't have to. Should sit by the church. It's another church. It's where the University Food Bank is, and around the corner there's a bus stop. So that's 15th. Waiting for her mother, and I did see her on Aurora too. And sometimes she'll have the little bastard, the cop in tow, and you could actually video that mother. Maybe she needs a CPS. So if you see any of these gang members with any animal, to know what happens to the animal, since many of them are in on animal sacrifice, including they were pulling on a cat's leg and making it cry last night and probably sacrificed it. It was messy from what I hear, and they were actual. So April is in on animal sacrifice, and see, they thought they could keep all this stuff secret. So if you watch any Bloods and Zetas, cats and dogs, and report what happened to those cats and dogs. But remember, there's a trick they do. So beagles to, or let's say she was selling dogs to be sacrificed, or illegal meat. Well, what the gang members will do, and that's why the disappearances are very hard to track. I mean, how can you tell? You can't tell 50 beagles. So you might have the same April 20 beagles that look exactly the same, and you'll think, oh, it's just that girl and her beagle. And the whore just chanted income tax. Does the whore legally collect any income tax? No, she doesn't. She's a fucking welfare reject with a stinky little shitter on welfare who's autistic. An ugly little bitch on welfare. Little retard. Her mother's not normal either. Her mother's using a brain. A lot of people don't like her mother. And her mother actually carries a from Starbucks repeatedly. Why? So that she can actually break a fight. Why? Because she's threatened a lot because she's such a bitch. And she's such a bitch that she lie. And I actually told April's here, Michelle Martin services, but Sandra Katowitz will actually lie about people at the day, making a plot about somebody last week. She's psychotic and because remember Elizabeth Gregory Home has chosen her. She was homeless or drunk, and makes Elizabeth Gregory home looked better. They a drunken bitch and promoted her, and then she got on her feet. The truth is, a lot of getting on her based on the fact she could do crime for Elizabeth Gregory, her daughter, and it's a fat ass, believe me. Oh, and by the way, you might recognize her too because she stinks. And her retarded husband looks like something, and I don't even like South Park, by the way. Like she is, ugly. And he was volunteering once in a while at Gregory home, like mowing the yard. April wasn't happy because he was working and living away from him. And she and the husband, and she's a lump. You can barely tell them apart. It's like two related or two. They do just dump it on the ground, and the other one rolled over it or something. And then there it was. Here it is. Little spawn. Little zombie spawn. So that thing laid eggs, and then he fertilized it. Because obviously, I don't know how else they would make technical difficulty. You know what I mean? You'd have to have a Hoyer lift for one of them. Or taking the retarded, I think they're going to commit crimes, including like takes and who pays rent. And remember the relationship with the black Nazi rejects? There is none. And remember the statement. I am. Who's on the rent statement? Is a boyfriend that they keep making up, or a family that the fuckers? No, it says Lisa Guthrie. It's dark in here, but it says Lisa Guthrie. I guess I'm disproving a couple things today. But I thought I'd tell you about up, you fucking bitch. Why don't you get to my doorstep and tell me I'm leaving, you fucking whore? You want to do that, you fucking bitch? Fucking fat ass. Why don't you get to the front door, you fucking ugly bitch? If you think you have the right to tell me to leave my apartment, then I've got just the right to tell you to leave your fucking apartment, you ugly. Now fuck. And talking in a menacing tone, be poor fat ass and I do mean fat fucker. So fat fucker, anytime you want to take me on, you try it, ugly fat fucker. Now I will tell you, her mother is involved probably in stealing from people at the manager, and she works for the YWCA, and she'll work at the front desk. So she's probably involved in stalking and stealing as well. Apartments. Shut the fuck up, you ugly bitch. Ugly fucker. Door fucker. Come on, fat fucking cow. Over there. Come on, cow, let's go. Or do you have to get the milk out first, cow? Huh? Make it bitch? What are you doing, bitch? Get the fuck bitch. And no glass in the world ever made you fuckers prettier. And cursed your daughter. Show her daughter. Show her fucker. Show her why. Afraid of physical confrontation. So we have a fucker committed or called CP. Now, if she has a weapon, she might be a little more dangerous. Her mother would break a bottle, but her mother had to help walk her to the bus stop. This was like a year ago. That fucker won't give you any opposition. You want to call CPS. Cards in the other room. He's playing Noon Quay and Choo Choo. motherfucker. Then to the front door, huh? Baited. Eject retard. One of the black Nazis, by the way, Africa. Mr. 2-inch penis! 2-incher, bitch! Apparently, the gay lover thing Mother Bobby that he was about. No, I'm attention to that anyway. Except April, because she's dead. Her husband's probably about. Oh, and by the way, it's too ugly to cheat on you. It's just too ugly. Anyone, otherwise he would have. They think it is. You're not all the ethnicity you are. Oh, he. Her mother's description, she has sort of hair, regular hair, sort of short, feathered back, brownish. She'll dye. April only has dark brownish black hair, big brown eyes, not because she's this big round blob park face, round South Park, and a retarded kid like a round park face. But just a round South Park face. Someone make you from looking at South Park? Is that what Satan did? He was watching South Park, and I think this is to be very desirable and worthy of much admiration. This show, I'm going to make people look like, South Park. They will be much admired. Actually, they look like the butt head. And I don't like South Park. I've seen the Park. Shut the fuck up. She said, you'll use the lesbian. And she'll say things all the time like, you're going to admit to me. And see, all those Satan morons, they'll, what they want you to give them power. Like, you're going to admit that I invented everything. You're going to admit that you're my mother, I'm your sister, when it's not true. I have to carry a ball. I don't advise you to try anything with me. Remember, you're a pussy also. Remember, you're a pussy. Remember, if you try. And on top of it all, I'm going to get you arrested and committed and get you to lose your fucking ugly. Have you lose that ugly fucking birth reject retard the world wouldn't want. You want in birth take Fecal, Mr. Fecal. Out with Daniel, the white guy. Daniel as far escaped. Heads like to like copper wire. Some places like go construct sites and buildings, and they're constant. I really don't know how Daniel leg. I have made meth heads, including titanium golf club. Oh, by the way, I have a message for you. One of the Nazis that Elizabeth Gregory, and they're in on illegal surveillance. Well, no, one of the hey, we did it. The black kind of laughed. They said, "Oh, she makes fun of me." Was I delivered? Fuck off. One of the arguing with me when I noticed that she got her mother before. So always think she's going to get a slave, by the way. So that's menacing. So said you're going to my mother. You're going to fuck off, you fucking ugly ass retard. Tartar. Oh, the horse playing you're going to submit. That's very crude. I meant it literally, though. April Holmes' mother was a drunk. Also drunk. So, are different words over. And she's chanting something, or she just said something. And the black, yeah. You're still black slime, and you're still retarded slime. You're still the horse, like to said, April the retardo, and she said you smashed in windows. Now, see the window? It's a little dark, so you'll have to. So the horse is actually hallucinating about all the zombies. Windows of the church are intact. I've never broken a window in my life. And let's see. One, I fell through a window when I was a kid. I won't even describe the circumstance because it's too personal. And it was not a fall through with circumstance. The other one was a window that was already, it was given to me. Just a window. And I liked it. It was antique. One of the panes broke. So, I like to make up things. And remember, April working with, there are coffin births. But remember, she's working with them, and she claimed that I broke windows. What's on my window? Screen. So she's out of it. And she's raising a child. One of the ugly things, one of the black Nazis, a couple of them, some of them like to make slave threats. Like some for their relatives. Now, that's like making slave threats in regards. It's called an elder abuse. Well, obviously he's not fit to take care of his mother. Or his grandmother or whoever. And then another fucker, excuse my language, bastard, made a for his kids. So, they don't need children. Gang spotter. They just took hands. They're playing whole world hand. The fat April, that's Santa Catowitz, she's in bombs. Oh, and she sang something about cigarettes. Santa Catowitz, the ugly whore is trying to blackmail me to buy her cigarettes. I won't, ugly whore. And remember, your mother already is so fearful she carries much more fear her to be. Do anything for you or anyone else. Would you? Am I saying they're under my power? No. But think about it. All these people threaten me with guns, BOMBs, rape, murder, molestation. They threaten knives. They've even threatened to rinse my hands in animal blood. Knowing what happens to some people that mess with cops when someone calls the police. Well, are they against mother? I'm trying to enslave people. How long is it before April loses her daughter? When people statement, including after, which is common, gang behavior, want their friends to have an apartment or a home, or themselves. Now, so do you? Oh, and the whore's now chanting about Soviets. So, have you seen the shows where like a dirty security guard is holding a... And remember, there are 2 that come here and 2 to 3 dirty cops. What happens if they're holding a gun and hostage situation, I can't get out the door? What would the ATF do if they do? There's a negotiation. What if people don't follow the negotiation? What happens? These people decide by cops. Now, ATF? No. But if you call an agency, they are honest cops. If they are, I'm on a podcast. And so you're going to see the response of the 911 call. They help me, or they look like shit. People, somebody, am I threatening them with violence? No. Am I threatening Sandra? Oh, I don't have to. I'm telling you though, if someone tries to, they're going to lose just about everything. And what they think is that, oh yeah, Lisa Walker, they just played every gun, they spit out blood, comes out of you fuckers permanently. So anyway, they think they're going to have slaves, including walking. Is that actually going to happen? Well, I'll tell you what happens. I'm going to make them lose everything. Either way. So if you're out there, you can get people like April to lose everything, and their mother to lose everything. The mother's just a worm. She didn't get through just hard work. You know, having a position. She got to where she is by committing gang crime. And she's a nasty piece of work, and so is April. A bum. He took head and played bottom. You're going to say bottom, bitch. Does. And they're playing splashing your hand. We're my husband might control you. With what? He looks like and if I have his hands on me, doing what I'll do to you, I will strike. And that fat doesn't scare me more. You look like a couple fat ass lumps that are waiting for a heart. So get back to your fucking ding dongs and back to your ding ding. Afraid of your husband? No, bitch, I'm not. And in fact, fucker, your husband's afraid of physical confrontation. Whole plan convict you. Just behind. In there masturbating and screwing like the others, you other shit smells. Just shut up, you ugly bitch. Shut the fuck up. I dare your ugly fat ass husband to come near me. I want him to, ugly bitch. I want him. I want you to try it, ugly bitch. I want your ugly mother to try it. That ugly, thick, try it. Thick, ugly, bump face. Looks like I'm never gonna get prettier. She's playing Mexican, by the way. So she's playing, and see, this is what they do. They go through the shit. It's like a recording. Then they start in with, oh, we're going to get the attorney. First, she started, she said, I think my husband, maybe he can, oh no, wait, excuse me. Trying to get it right. Whatever you try, add Elizabeth Gregory when I'm going to report. And they call the best pop, especially when she volunteer, and has been seen carrying quite often. So anything larger size shirt, April pretty well is guaranteed that item is new. Lots. She's actually reported by someone who's and then I didn't volunteer as my mother after me like a retarded rabid dog. Her mother has like mine. See, the thing doesn't think through. It's too retarded to figure out what you're saying. It's like a drunk brain. Drinks about, I don't know, 13 or 30 a day of coffee. Well, she said my mother, and she just snapped her fingers. So she's calling somebody her. When they sleep, we're going to get in. When they sleep, well, my way, and just so anyway, people that look like South Park, and you'll follow. Try to figure out what it looks like. Well, she looks different in drunk face, but remember, you can spot them carrying the big bags. It's from Elizabeth Gregory Home. And appeared April entered and refreshed from the pantry that Stace is in charge. And remember, Sandra Katowitz is paying people who go to Khalid, it's a transgender. She'll pay her because she's going to shoot me or have me raped. So pays her off, and she pays off people. She actually, she paid, like, she was in the shower area, behind the shower, in a black jacket for Randy. She put, but it's quite happy at the jacket. I don't know if she's sold it yet, but I think it's PSP to her. I said, boy, expect something, anything, or I don't remember. But then she was here behind the wall. So Sam also people crime rights emergency clothing area. So the people that get them, Ruth, it's people that will commit back and soul, by the way. Elsie's very active tonight. He's down the hall to the right side of the hall. But anyway, so Sandra Katowitz is trying to commit crime. Sprinkle you with glass. There'll be a curling as a donation, like giving charity in countries, and you couldn't get the charity in the 60s and 70s. There were a country of them. I was told you can't give them food; we'll get hold of and sell it. And sure, Sandra is like one of the gorillas, one of the involved in a system where she's the to people that are committing crimes, and that she lies the possibility of another big crime involved. Maybe somebody comes in with a backpack, full backpacks and identity, And then, wow, Sandra will be impressed. Do fair that April gets a lot of the shirts, like I said, that's because Sandra Katowitz is working here. So, like, if I needed something, hold on them, here's much. They're hearing this would be good. And even if they have, angry at America, the members. And America's such a group of hypocrites. I mean, one of the bums, he's standing, he just tore chest. Typical zombie. Remember that April's that way as well. What I hear, April or Sandra has entered three of the apartment has, and this is illegal, like surveillance equipment. And according to what I hear, Sandra Katowitz is involved in innocent people by any means. They're in on surveillance. Two of these people here have surveillance on them, gang members spying on gang members. So it's similar involved in surveillance on gang members here. Three all somewhere else. The Black Nazi. So it's spy versus spies. They're just gang member excrement. That's all they are. They're just excrement. It's the first story. Hilarious because the more the worse disorder gets, to the point of making like a dog. If you're going to take my chakra from it, I think. So in on the surveillance, including of the one black Nazi. Oh, two might be black. On the surface, now also there's the dynamic where I told you what I thought, and I had needed something for the week. Stated nobody wanted, and starved me if she could legally. And that happened, and why I stopped volunteering as much too, because see, it's a food bank. So I remember this happened actually twice. She and Marilyn did it. It was the end of the month, and I needed some help. And Marilyn and Sandra Katowitz kept me working till the last. Well, it's a food bank area. Stacking dishes, and Marilyn was acting crazy. She is crazy. She's an older, evil zombie female. But she was one of those morons who, she's so psychotic. She was wondering why I wasn't in 3 places at once. Like, you know, you're washing plates and dishes and pans, and then she's like, yeah, and it's like, no, I've been washing the pans and, and collecting things from somewhere. And so then I remember I needed some things, and I needed help, and then Marilyn was saying, well, look at this, and somebody else needed help, like Lisa Rescue, which she gets a lot of help because she's in with the management. That's one of their friends. So, and she will also do crime, including sprinkling. And her name is spelled with a lie. Big, tall woman, looks like Bigfoot. And sort of white-looking with other, or just tan. Like a warm complexion. Big woman, might have been pretty at one time. Was fair. Anyway, big rough voice, sounds like a blurry drunk. And so she was able to pick out what she wanted and from where she wanted. It's not that I just needed all food. I also had to do other things like fill my water for obvious reasons. I talked about it. And so I was left in it, and also without help. That happened twice. But remember Sandra Katowitz goes away with bags of this food that she likes for her daughter. Also, like one of the black Nazis moved into an apartment, and she ended up with so much food and so much stuff, including Maryland bringing in special dishes. Shipments come in to give this one black Nazi stuff, and so if you're a black Nazi, they'll definitely give you more. Including, like, one black Nazi getting so many steaks there, like 2 a day, she was practically spitting them out. And she'd leave them. She works for British Airways, by the way, so she doesn't really need help. But, and she was working for another airline, and she fences. She fences huge items, by the way. But she has a fence guy that does it. So she's stealing. She was leaving steaks like I'd volunteer, and I'd find one in this one area, like near the windows, and you couldn't get to the windows very easily because there would be like this bar there. There was this bar where they would store in. And I'm checking back there to see if everything's okay, and then I'd find these steaks left by Marie. But if you're a black, Nazis would also, and it was common to be threatened by black Nazis. So that's how a lot of whites from the last 30, 40 years ended up standing outside with nothing. But it wasn't just white. It was also people who have as much protection in the U.S., such as Jewish people, which, by the way, black Nazis are, and within the Bloods and Zetas, you do find some Jews that are anti-Semitic, like, oh, they're one group, but they hate. It says listener. I looked at the listener. It turns out a glistener history video game listener being used. Listener. Sam who used to invent fantasies and harass people, like he thought that a World War II Jew, based on the fact that it had hair and blue eyes. The guy attached allegedly from World War II, I believe, but he fantasized. He's very psychotic. Remember, he made things for you. He programmed you. Everybody. So Sandra in stealing from charities and misappropriating the stuff on eBay. On eBay. One thing to do loyalties within and have enemies with her across town, where what they've done to each other, and so they'd be leaving the broadcast on. So April and her buddies decide to sneak in. And I'll be setting up the motion detectors. In fact, one is going to ding every few seconds. Let's see, I fixed one earlier. They use different remotes. It's dark in here. Actually, it has a design. It has a larger eye. For a bit, and then like wait out. I'm going to put some tape on another one. I don't have scissors. I cut it. Knife I use for like cutting bread and stuff. I don't keep silverware here, and because it was pathetic washing dishes in such a thank arm. And he put E in the room. Make your clothing out of it, and the other energy fields as well. I like that. You use it, so I figured energy field used, including to make you. Would you like that? What is your ethnicity anyway? I'd say it's zombie and it's green. Green and rotten. Anymore. And when you're Bush and Ross that you know shouldn't be rusty, not like that. I can't remember her had a rusty, that you use I used to use it for cabbage and stuff because I buy a certain amount of things. Now, there might be a terroristic threat of milk that I buy, and sometimes the bums will make a terroristic threat here, and that involves the Seattle Police Department. Protein, they made a threat against my milk, and I have to tell people now that for 13 years, not only have I been it's dark in here, sorry, but you can see what it is. And I buy vanilla or chocolate. Fries me. Not just threatening me. Oh God. People, animals, apartment. But it actually go through the checkout line. Panic because like a certain brand. So then I'd get rude about the other line almost. A trembling wreck. It might have been one. It's not milk, it's a protein milk. Sometimes and Lucerne protein light, protein in threatened, warned people. Members are especially obviously if they're open, but there's another way you can get sick. So let's say you buy yogurt. Well, obviously not on my note, sealed, very light. And they heads and perhaps glued back on. Oh, and then on a cookie pack, companies to me, including height from some vegan. It was really fig Newton, not fig Newton. Taste the fig. I like fig, but they're super good. But I had one and something that was so distant, and I felt very high. Have been also at Elizabeth Gregory Home, and now I'm starting to wonder, but I don't know if her mother was involved in that instance. I sort of suspected some girls. One was named Martha and was named Ash. Martha is older. She likes to hang out with younger people. She's like almost 30, but she thinks she's like 20. She's military, which is either military or not that by the actual police department that will get these army, like April and her mother that think they're and not like April's daycare is not military. But anyway, she's just a fat ass. It looks like she came out of. But anyhow, so. Martha went off. He can't get to his veterans benefits. The bum's playing shit. So I'm going to go to bed soon. I keep saying that. I'm making my list. Let's see. Oh, April, it was such a surprise on the wall. I hope the cat sacrifice all you zombies. That'd be a good curse. I think so. Jump in their bodies, kitties, when that happens. So yeah, I want April's mother's involved later. Maybe I was volunteering. I left water, drank some, and felt high as a kite. Oh, they just took hand and they. So reverse chakra and smashes them, eats them. What's the reverse of that? Ed, what's the reverse of that? So these bums like to play reversals. say a prayer before you go to the comments. Oh, April's threat torture. They can't even will be done with words now because they're distracting me. You're going to be able to walk around if you torture me. Would I let you? Am I going to let you? As we forgive those who trespass against us, not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. As the kingdom, power, and the glory forever. Remember, this is Sandra Catawitz's daughter downtown above. Sandra also works at the front desk and is a manager at the Y, or did, and then she also works at Elizabeth Gregory. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, will be done as earth is in heaven. Forgive our trespasses, those who trespass against us. Temptation, but deliver us from evil. For that is kingdom and glory forever. Amen. Hallowed be thy name. Kingdom come, thy will be done as earth is in heaven. Please forgive our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Kingdom, power, and glory forever. This fat, ugly slob. Now, just a can. She's talking about taking medicine. Does the whore qualification? So do you think would happen to us? And in the mouth? Do you think I'm going to let a black Nazi who's 6 feet tall walk around and hit me? Or do you think, bitch? I don't give a fuck if he's tall. Hit him back, bitch. I'll hit whatever I reach, and I can reach a lot that's going to hurt him. Same with you, fat fucker. So, fat fucker, you try to whores talk to your friends. You try anything, you ugly bitch. I'm going to have you. And I'm going to shove the medicine in your mouth. And I'm not going to let you walk around. They're like arrested. You're a scum that works for a daycare, and you're safe. And occasionally you volunteer, and you have a fat ass retard husband, an ugly drunk of a mother, and a retard kid. So what qualification lets you, ugly bitch? I'm gonna knock you right to the ground, you fucking whore. Like it? And am I threatening people? Well, this out on the wall, she's a welfare bitch. Got a license. It's also called if she tries to detain me. She said, we'll have you in the wall. So the whore, if you enhance broadcast, that whore just threatened me. Her name is Sandra Catawitz. Her name is about 20. A bit of authority, bitch. You're an ugly whore. prescribed medicine with a license and lose her child, and are they age looks than what she looks like in real life? So she thought going. Oh, and by the way, if I put excrement curse on this tray, which they subordinate people be to or a demonic creature. What you think? Off what you're really about, Linda. Yeah. That's trying to use the identity. Well, address of this room. She tried. Oh, they took a lot of chocolate and they're trying to make. So she cares. She's like a zombie. Now let's see. Where do I detectors tonight? Here. Now that's the device they've made. Because they're spirits too. Yeah, it's very important when I'm on. But let's see. I have two different ones with different things and one prior. What above thing the dirty police. Shut the fuck up, you fucking bitch. You have no defense for her drunken mother. Alright? Well, you put you in the wrong bodies not to aid you, but really fuck you up. About that? You like? How about the? Why don't you put all of these people? Just get the next body. So why don't you disperse them? Put them in the next bodies of coma, less interfered with. Now the spirit. Hi, this is Lisa Guthrie. I'm at 10507 Aurora Avenue North. They are threatening me. And it's his daughter from, she works at the White, and she also at Long Hall, 12-7. It's, well, let's say it's not when there's a lot of flurry of activity. Usually that's right after a kidnapping threat or such an early. Management is actually breaking the rules. She's not actually supposed to be portray falsehoods and portray that. And well, there's a when I'm here, and also you're not even allowed to have guests have your key, and you're not allowed to wander around. Gang member, here to threaten Lisa Guthrie. And back shop. Now, so they're making a teeth thread. Hit hits me, I will hit back. I'm not going to let them walk around after that. Just like a stupid April thinking I'm in here and janitor's room, walking around my apartment, and treasuring orders. Well, I want South Park. Stupid retard. What, retard? Down. They keep taking back. Uh-oh.